When your Core Essentials battle belt arrives in the mail, this is what you're going to receive. So there'll be your instruction booklet, very detailed instructions on how to set the battle belt together depending on your waist size. You'll get your little slip with your order. There'll be buckle, tape measure, some hardware, your battle belt, the inner and outer belt. Now this one is in Ranger Green, and they threw in a bonus hardware hanger. So the instructions are really laid out and very self-explanatory. So you want to lay out the measuring tape that's provided, and then lay your belt next to the tape. Now the end of this part of the belt that goes under the buckle, got to make sure you don't cut that end off. So that goes here, line it up with the tape, and I'm going to cut it right at the 36 inch because that's what my pant size are. Line up measuring tape next to battle belt, find pant size on tape and cut to mark. Be sure to cut from the end opposite of the track. So this end here, this is the track, and I want to cut on the opposite end. So I'm going to cut that right there at 36 inches. Now the trauma shears work pretty good. Just kind of got to go kind of slow and they'll cut right through the belt. Now it says you can hit it with a lighter just to prevent any type of fraying or anything. So I'll just give that real quick. That's pretty good. Next, you want to lay the inner belt with the hex-shaped end. That's the end you're not cutting. And you lay it out. And this belt, you cut, if your pant size, as I cut this one to 36, this one gets cut to 35, 1 inch smaller. So this one here, I'm going to cut at the 35 mark. Next, you want to take the battle belt buckle. You want to back off the hex screws, and then we'll slide the belt into the buckle, and the teeth will clamp in place, and then we will tighten up the hex screws, but you don't want to over tighten. So that's shoved in. You can see that that's all the way in there. And we push this clamp down, and then tighten this up. The end of this clip for the inner belt, it's important to remember that this goes on last. So we're going to feed the inner belt through my pants before they fall down, and make sure everything is cut to the right length before we put the last little metal clip on the end of the inner belt. Alright, apparently I'm a lot skinnier than I thought. I had to take the belt from a 36 down to a 34. So I guess having a skinnier waist, that's a good thing. So bring the belt around, just attaches to the inner belt, feed it through there, and it's good. Now if it's getting really hot out, maybe I thin out another ½ inch. I could still adjust the belt up and snug it up a little bit tighter. And then to release it, just pull the little keeper pin. So like in the winter time when it's colder weather and I'm wearing long underwear, all that other kind of stuff, this will adjust well. So really great. This is really awesome innovation. This is a micro adjustable battle belt. Man alive. Yep, that fits good. So now that I have the belt attached to my skinnier waist, I can put the metal clip on the end here. Ah, right on. Now they also add a little Velcro keeper to keep the tip of the belt up tight near to your pants. So I am going to just feed that through the MOLLE here. I've got the keeper run through the MOLLE, that way I don't lose it. And once you get your belt adjusted, it's very simple. Just roll that over, and then that keeps that in place so it's not flopping around. So that's a nice little extra. I like that. Keeps everything nice and slim. No loose parts. Man, it's feeling rock solid. Now, next phase of the project, we need to get the belt kitted out with some pouches. So most of you that are familiar with my channel here, or maybe you're new to this channel, most of my belt configurations that I make, whether it's padded or anything, have to do with scouting and recon out here in the wilderness of Ontario. Now, so my battle belts aren't set up with pistols and pistol, magazines readily accessible. They're set up differently for scouting purposes. So how I have this belt set up again is there's Camo Cream, my hatchet, my Leatherman, Fire Steel, an IFAK, dump pouch, mag pouch, and another grenade pouch that I have my compass in. Once you have your inner belt cut to the proper size, very easy to set up. You go from right to left. You take your main part of your buckle and just line it up with the hex part of the belt here like this, and then just wrap it around. Slide in the buckle there. They provide a keeper here. Put the belt through the keeper. It keeps no extra flap from pushing out. Everything sits nice. It's right on my hips like a normal belt. And should I be sweating a little bit more, I can just crank it up